Guys, we're going to have a great call. As I said today, our guest speaker today is going to be Mr. Wazir Naval. Our adjuster spotlight is going to be Miss Donna Maxwell. We're going to have a really, really great call. Guys, we've been sending out uh, information, different things going on as far as that. I have Janae speak with you more as that is tell you what's been offering as far as the information that we need you guys to fill out, things of that nature, so we can stay in contact as we unroll all of these things that are coming here in the near future. So let's go ahead and get this show on the road. I will bring out Miss Janae so she can get things started with Miss Donna and man, Miss Janae. So will you go ahead and take the reins, man? Let's get this thing on the road.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Am I clear?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Well, for starters, thank you guys for being here with us on this lovely Sunday.
Yeah.
Um, for those who don't know, who's new to the group, my name is Janae. I'm so used to saying that on the phone. My name is Janae. I'm a claims adjuster with State Farm. It's just like it just comes natural every time. But yeah, so I just started adjusting this year. At the very, very start of this year, January 1st was like my deployment date. I didn't have any experience coming into the field. Um, but as you all know, you don't need too much experience to get started. For me, when I think of integrity, just to piggyback off what Meech said, when it comes to this business, like your reports, what you hand in, that's your work. You know what I'm saying? So as far as integrity goes, it's important to be honest and upfront with things so that when your manager sees that this is kind of like your characteristic of this, then they'll go ahead and be able to give you more authority when it comes to working and stuff like that, which will help you just go faster or quicker throughout throughout your deployment. So integrity is really big, um, especially when it's like I said, it's your business. You're on your own, sort of in that way. So it's important to practice those good habits. And like Meech said, there's going to be times where contractors or other people are trying to offer you money, just to buy a roof or things like that. I've definitely experienced contractors trying to gift me numerous things, anywhere from money to anything else, dinner or whatever it is that they're trying to do. But nothing will, nothing will, you don't want to jeopardize your job. So none of that stuff is, helpful for you. Um, but today, just to go into Miss Donna Maxwell, I'm very, very, very excited to hear from her. For those who don't know, she started following us early on, and just recently finally came on board to do some shadowing with one of our members of the group. So I'm very, very excited to hear from her. Miss Donna, if you could come on and unmute yourself and talk to us a little bit, give us a little bit of background information, what you did before and how you got started into this. Are you licensed? Just things like that.
Absolutely. I was trying to get my camera on, but I'm having a little bit trouble with it. But can you hear
Mhm.
me okay?
Yes, absolutely,
Okay.
loud and clear.
All right, perfect. So I've been in human resources and safety management for like the past 27 years. And I have been trying to transition out of the career for, I would say, like maybe the past 5 years. And 2 years ago, I decided that I was going to follow a passion of mine, which is, doing the catastrophic property adjusting. So I started by researching, finding out how to get licensed, and I found a school in Florida, did the self-study program, Florida State College in
Hmm.
Jacksonville, um, passed the test, got my license for my birthday, March 2021.
Oh, nice.
And I did move from South Florida to Orlando, and I was saying to myself, oh, it's going to be easy. I'm in the insurance capital for Florida. It'll be easy
Right.
to pick up, a trainee or apprenticeship position. But it was very difficult um, doing that. So I've stayed with HR. And then most recently, I ran into Toby in the Atlanta airport, which is where I reside now.
Hmm.
And she told me all about 360 Adjuster Academy and what you offer, the support. and stuff. And so I've continued communicating with her. I've been on a few of your Zoom calls on Sundays and just been very impressed. And so, I just decided to invest in myself and said, all the signs are lining up now. So I took some vacation days, um, booked my trip out to Oklahoma, and this past Thursday and Friday, I shadow Toby on her. Um,
Awesome.
Right. And how was that? Like, so that was your first time like doing any type of inspection?
right. So, like, I have done workers' comp for my work. I've done like product liability, and I've done like commercial fleet claims, but I've never done like in the field like this. So it was new to me. So it was an experience for sure. And then, of course, like my biggest thing was getting over my fear of heights.
Right.
So the first day, so like the first day, of course, I just the first house that Toby went on the roof. So I climbed up and I kind of peeked up over the ladder
So was
and
that
I was
your
like,
first time like even attempting to get on a roof?
yeah. I
Right.
don't do heights
Right.
at all. So I
Right.
peeked and I was like, okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna stay down here. I'll wait for you. So she did her second roof inspection the first
Mhm.
day, and I was just thinking about it. I was like, oh, I gotta get over it. So I went back to the hotel that night and I was just like, I gotta suck it up. I gotta do it.
Right.
I'm getting on the roof tomorrow, no matter what.
Oh, that's
So
so good.
yeah,
So you
yeah.
did.
So I did. I did the second day. I got up on the roof. Toby
Mhm.
looked around and she's like, "You're on the roof." I was like, "Yeah, I'm here."
So how did you
So
feel about that experience overall? Like, do you feel like, okay, this is something I maybe can do?
I did. I felt like I could
Nice.
do it. And I definitely had to get on the roof because that was the major thing that was holding me up is the
Mhm.
fear of like taking that major leap. Like, okay, am I gonna leave what I've known as a constant that I can do in
Mhm.
a career to go for something that I've never done? And I know I have a fear of heights. But I did it, so I feel very confident. I learned a lot being in the field with Toby and stuff. She's very thorough. Um, she's very patient.
Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
good. That's
Yep.
very good. That's
Yep.
very good. So how many inspections did you go on with her?
Four.
For? Okay. That's so good. Like I was saying in previous calls, like I didn't do that until I was already deployed. So just thinking that you already got that opportunity to go out and ask questions and be with someone like Toby, like who is very, very experienced, I'm sure that was a blessing for you. That's great to hear. That's really
It
good to hear.
definitely was. Definitely was.
So what were some key takeaways from it?
Um,
That one, you could get on the roof. It's possible for you to get up there.
One, that it is possible for me to get on the roof.
Hmm.
Um, just having a game plan, like before I left, like the next steps that I need to take, continuing my education, finishing my Xactimate course and stuff, and then, following back up with her, having like that mentorship and stuff, and, the encouragement that she and Travis gave me, like, okay, this is what you need to do next. So it's not like, okay, you did some inspections, you saw this. Thank
Hmm.
you. Have a nice day. There's still that
Right.
support. There's that community that you talk about. So you're putting your money and stuff like you're really following through with it. You're not just talking. So
Hmm. And that's what it is for us. We just want people that want to put the effort forward, If you want to learn, then we're definitely here to help. I'm so happy that you were able to get out there with Toby. I wish I could. See, I still need training. I've been doing it for almost a year now, and I still wish I could get out there with Travis and them to get to that experience. Because let me tell you, that right there is like a firsthand experience that a lot of people do not get, especially with those two. That was great. That was really good. Um, does
yeah, I
anybody
definitely
have?
feel
I'm sorry. Go
special
ahead.
being able. Yeah, I was saying I definitely feel special being able to shadow and get firsthand experience from, two very experienced and accomplished professionals in the industry. It doesn't happen every day.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm just happy that you decided to, like you said, put your money where your mouth is and go out there and fly out there and really get to experience that.
Yep.
Does anybody have any questions for Donna? Any of the newer people? Oh man. Well, that was
Ricky
great.
does.
No,
Ricky, you
Yeah,
have a
I got
question?
okay,
no,
go ahead.
I was about to ask that you are an adjuster and this was just your first time experiencing firsthand what outside work is, correct?
I am a licensed adjuster. I have never worked as an adjuster.
Mhm.
I want to work as an adjuster, but I never had the opportunity to. So this was my first time being able to go in the field and get that firsthand, experience like what it is you do.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's lovely.
I have
You're
a
gonna be ready
question.
for the deployments coming up. Go ahead, Meech.
Hey, Donna. So, going through what you've gone through as far as, riding along with Toby and Travis, and I mean, do you see the benefit of having a community like this versus not having one? What do you think the benefit is?
Absolutely. Like I said, I've had my license for 2 years and I've not been able to basically, get off the floor and, do anything with it off the ground and do anything with it by having the support of a community to mentor you, to help you, support you. It's more valuable than anything, you know.
Right.
I hear some of your stories, how you started and, you just went out there blindly and, you figured it out and stuff. As I was explaining to Travis and Toby, for me as a female, as a mother, I like certainties and stuff. So I can't go
Right.
from one thing without having another thing to go to. I got to have that security. So I like the community. It's my security blanket.
I love that.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
exactly
Sounds
where we
like,
want to be.
absolutely. Sounds like, I mean, I know it's adjusting and getting past, the fear or, the hesitancy of getting on the roof or knowing that you can do that. And, I mean, those are some lifetime lessons that not just an adjusting lesson, that's a lifetime lesson that you can destroy, kill the giants, get over your
Right.
barriers. You can break
Tell me
down those
about it.
barriers and move
I
past
didn't
that.
know how brave I was until I started this job. Let me tell you, because
Absolutely.
there's times when I'm
Absolutely.
up there, I'm like, this is crazy. I'm up here like, all the
So this
time.
lets you know how big and bad you are, how bold you are. I want to commend you, for taking the steps and
Absolutely.
being bold enough, brave enough, man. So you're doing
It's
great,
gonna
man.
pay off,
All my
Donna. It's
love
definitely
and
gonna pay
respect,
off.
man. So yeah, that's
Thank
awesome, Donna.
you.
That is
Thank
so
you.
awesome. So happy to have you here.
Thank you. I'm glad to
Absolutely.
be here. Can't wait to tell you when I get my first
I
deployment.
know. I can't wait. I
Hey,
can't
I know.
wait for the follow-up.
I'm on it with you. I hope we can all
All
get it
right.
together. That is great.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
let's do that.
Yes. Thank you, Donna. Thank you for coming on and letting everybody know that. I love that we could see it firsthand throughout the calls. When you first started showing up, then you came out to shadow Toby and Travis. That I'm jealous. Low
Oh
key,
yeah,
I'm jealous
yeah.
because man, I would love to
That
experience that.
shows the level of commitment right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. As many years as I work for other people, helping them build their dreams and their legacy, it's time for me to invest in my own self. So,
Yes,
Yeah.
man.
so
I
I
love
can,
that.
I can do it. So that's what I tell people. Invest in your own legacy. Stop building other people's legacies.
Mhm.
Man,
And you're
we are
showing other
privileged.
people too. And you're showing other people too. Well,
No cap.
thank you. Thank you. Just as a reminder for anybody that's new with us this week, if you could fill out the contact form. Once again, we have so many things bubbling under the surface. I cannot wait for it to be released. I'm being patient as I can. But yeah, if you could just fill out that information so that we can stay in touch with you guys and be able to send you guys that stuff. We have a great guest speaker, excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and let Meech do his thing and introduce him, but I'm excited to hear from him. Go ahead, Meech.
Absolutely, man. All right, man. So our guest speaker for the day again, this guy here, he has over 15 years, distinguished management leadership and training. He's closed over $1 million in sales directly to consumers. He's certified in the DISC assessment. He's certified in the flight assessment as well. I mean, he has so many accolades. I can go on and on. He has his BA. I'll spend the rest of the meeting just going over as many accomplishments as he has. So without further ado, Mr. Wazir Naval, if you wouldn't mind, please joining us, man. We're ready to hear what you got for us.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. First and foremost, thank you, Meech. Thank you, TB. Thank you, Toby. Thank you for the invite. Excuse me. I am really excited and thrilled to be invited to join and speak to the community today. It is a pleasure of mine to always spread, my expertise on to anybody I could do it to. Honestly, I just want to help people. Now, I know the topic is integrity, right? And staying on business. Now, the first thing before we even dive into the word integrity, first thing I want to do is I want you guys to put a 1 in the chat if you guys are where you want to be, and a 2 if you're not. Talk to me. Okay, I see some 2s. Yep. I see 1.5s. I see some 2s. I love it. Yep. Now, I want you to put a 3 in the chat if at the beginning of the year when you planned, you are in alignment with your plan, with where you should be according to your plan, and put a 4 if you're not. Talk to me. Come on, talk to me. Yes, TB. I was up. Yep. Let's go. Yep. Now, there's a difference between the want and the factual, right? The first is a want, is a dream, right? It's where I want to be, right? We can be where we want to be, blah blah blah. But matter of fact, here's the thing: where you plan to be is a completely different thing. Where you want to be is dreams without a goal. Where you plan to be is the actions behind the goals that you have set out for yourself, right? So for those who put the 3, I'm gonna give you a clap. For those who put the 4, if you need that clarity, I think in the action plan, the way to plan your success, I'm not gonna say talk to me, but you guys are in a group where you guys should be able to help each other. I know 1 person in this group for sure, 2 for certain, and 3 definitely that can help you guys plan accordingly to get you to that goal, right? Now, integrity. What is integrity, right? So the definition states, right, integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, right? The state of being undivided. I'm going to take it a step further. Strong principles. What is principles? What are principles, right? Principles is a fundamental truth of or proposition that serves as the foundation for a system or belief or behavior for chain reasoning. Take it a step further, foundation, right? Foundation, the basis of groundwork of anything, or a basis upon which something stands on or is supported. Now, if your business does not have integrity, what does it stand on? It stands on nothing, right? If your business stands on nothing, you stand on sand, what happens? Your business falls, it falters, it doesn't last, it can't sustain itself. So integrity is the heart of your business. And for the heart to keep pumping, you're going to need to be honest, have that strong foundation, have those principles, and have integrity. Now, I'm gonna go 5. Put a 5 in the chat if you know what your principles are. Now, put a 6 in the chat if your principles are in line with what you're doing. I love it. Now, give me one or two individuals who are brave enough to hop on the mic and tell me, give me their top 3 principles right now that's in alignment with the claim adjusters, with what you're doing right now. 2 or 3, just 2 volunteers. Anybody, I don't care. Somebody come off mute. I will call you out. Go ahead, Travis. I'm gonna call you out.
I'll call you out.
I'm gonna call you out now.
Good deal. All right. The first one's faith, integrity, resilience, and production. Got to produce to get the money, baby.
I love it. I love it. All right. One more person. All right, Major. Come on, Major. First name I land on.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Mine is integrity, perseverance, and relationships.
Oh yeah, that's huge. That's a huge one, right? So in business, I've been told that I know everybody. I know everybody, right? So the reason why people in my city thinks I know everybody is because I build great relationships. Why do I build great relationships? Because here's the thing. I have integrity and people trust me. So when I say things, guess what happens? They go with it. They trust in me. Now, transparency is a major concept that you are going to need and when you're working, when you're dealing with things, right? So transparency equals clarity. Transparency equals clarity. Transparency is the cornerstone. It is the cornerstone of where you want to start. Integrity begins with transparency. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a story from when I first started. Like, I left the corporate world and I wanted to start consulting and coaching, right? I had a call. It was my very, very first call. I just left corporate America. I just left corporate and I thought, I'm good. I was like, I know this information. I'm certified. But honestly, I didn't have clarity. I had zero clarity. I didn't know what I was doing, why I was doing it. I just knew I wanted to do this. So my first call was a failure. I failed bad, miserably. I'm not gonna hold you up. I felt miserably. At the end of the call, the individual I was talking to was like, yo, thank you for your time. Thank you for the information, but I see no value in you. Now, married, car note, house note. My wife was going through a transition at the time. And I'm like, I'm the breadwinner. I gotta make some. And I just left my secure job to do this. And that's the first call that I got. Now, I could do one or two things. One, I could go the way of no integrity and try to convince him why he should, or I did option B, right? Option B was, all right, what's there? Why did he say that? What's the reason? The reason was I was I had no foundation. And it was my first call. All I did was I got certified. I had no foundation. I didn't know what I was talking about. I had no foundation. I needed foundation, which is part of the integrity. I needed that foundation. It was not sound. I wasn't standing on anything. Because I wasn't standing on anything, I had nothing to offer. Because I had nothing to offer, my integrity could have been swayed so easily. So what I did was, I'm gonna be honest, what I did was I went back to the drawing board. I went back into the lab and really honed in on, like, who am I and what do I want to do with this business? What are my principles? What am I going to stand on? So I looked at me, looked at the Bible, and looked at the band. I was, his company, right? So, I'm keeping it 100. I I come from Eric Thomas and Associates. I was like, all right, here's a man that, told me to get certified and join the business. All right, that's all he told me to do. I joined and I was like, all right, what am I going to do here? Am I going to go and just try to make a quick buck like the rest of the world? Or am I really going to follow what these principles are and hold my integrity and do what needs to be done? Well, I did option B. And from doing option B, now I'm the number one closer in the company. Number one closer in the company, y'all. By having integrity, by building that foundation, I became the number one closer in the company. Now, I say that to you guys, not to brag, but I'm going to show you guys something. To be number one at what you do, you need integrity. You need principles, right? But also, with that, I heard, was it Janae say something, right? You want to make sure when you turn in your paperwork, it's on the up and up. It's clear, your managers see it, right? So with that, when you make an adjustment, I don't know nothing about claim adjuster. I'm gonna say it right now. I don't know nothing about it, but what I'm gonna say is when you're doing a deal, when you're closing, when you're doing that, when you're adjusting something, you want to make sure you're not, what's what I'm looking for? Fudging, that's the word, fudging numbers, right? You want to make sure that your numbers are all correct. But here's the thing, it's more than just numbers. It comes down to who you are, because you could skew a number here and here and here and make a quicker dollar. But that, in the long run, that's going to hurt your business. You have to build trust. And trust adds, how often do you guys get repeated customers? Anybody? How often do you get repeated customers when you do this job?
We don't necessarily.
You don't necessarily?
I guess our customers, I guess, will be the insurance carrier. So,
okay.
I guess it'd be often. It'd be pretty often.
And you have to build what?
A rapport.
A rapport, which equals trust, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if there's no trust, can you get business?
You definitely have to build trust with management, that's for sure. Because otherwise you got to send everything through to them. If they don't trust you, they want to see every report that you're doing, which ultimately would slow you down tremendously. Yeah. So building trust is very important in this business.
And you build trust brick by brick, right? So the reason why I brought trust up, trust is part of integrity. If you have that integrity intact, right? With that integrity being intact, trust follows. I'm gonna let me tell you guys a story. Travis was there, a few guys were there, right? So at the last Extreme Execution certification, I did not want to be here. I did not want to join the company. I did not want to work with Eric Thomas or for Eric Thomas. I did not want to be a part of that at all. I wanted to stay as far away from it as possible. You hear me? Because here's the thing. I don't listen to any motivational stuff that he puts out. None of it. Because he's my pastor. So I separate the two. But somehow, some way, because of my integrity, because of the trust factor, because I'm consistent, and my work speaks for itself, look where I'm at. Travis, do you see me every morning?
Bright and early, 5 a.m. every morning. Absolutely.
Every morning. Integrity will open doors for you guys that you guys didn't know existed. Didn't know it was a thing. According to Eric, according to ET, I just created a job for myself based off my results and my integrity. Not even trying. Not even trying. So I say to you guys, integrity is the utmost importance. Now, yeah, thank you, Lamar. question for you guys, right? So what does it mean for you guys to have integrity? What is integrity? What does that mean to you guys? Let me get 3 volunteers that haven't spoken yet. Let's go, Sophia, Sterling, and Javon.
There you go.
Resilience, accountability. Let's keep it going.
All right, Sterling.
Integrity to me means being accountable, you know, owning your actions and having the courage to do the right thing.
Okay. All right, Javon.
I would say having accountability and like self-awareness, if that matches. I think that's all I got.
So here's my next question, right? How do we address concerns with what? How do we, when it comes to integrity, right? How do we address concerns?
Head on.
Who said that?
I did.
There we go,
Demetrio.
Meech. It's absolutely head on. Why?
I mean, because you want to get in and get to the concern and address it. There's no beating around the bush. You want to get past the concern. You want to address it and smooth it over. That way you can keep going. You always want to move forward. So you don't want to let a concern or anything stunt you, slow you down, stop you, make you stagnate or anything like that. Address that concern, move past it. Now keep moving forward.
Now, let me ask you this question. What does that do for them when you address it head on?
It provides confidence.
And what?
And you. Make you feel like you know what you're doing.
So if they have confidence in you, what are they more likely to do?
Continue doing work with, return business, refer their friends, word of mouth, tell their cousins, hey, tell this company, hey, he's good.
Your pockets get bigger. Absolutely. Your pockets get bigger. Trust.
Yes,
it builds trust. So the one thing I will say is you guys have to address concerns head on, right? Use a here we're gonna say you want to use a proactive approach versus a reactive approach. Right. So to be proactive, you have to do what? Not you, Meech. Don't say that. Not, I ain't talking to Meech now. Let me hear somebody else I haven't heard. To be proactive, you have to do what?
I say take initiative, take action.
Okay, yes, but that's not what I'm looking for. Yes, that's not it.
You gotta make a decision.
Yes, but that's not it either. You have to take initiative, that's part of it, but you have to assess the situation. You have to be aware of the situation. You have to know what's going on, right? A lot of times things get missed because we are aloof to the situation. We aren't aware of what's going on. So checkups, you have to, you go to the doctors for checkups, right? When you don't go, you know what's going on. So you really have to check in. A weekly check-in for you guys is, or for me, a daily check-in. That's what I do. But weekly check-in for you guys is imperative. Like you have to check in to see where your business at, what you're doing, in order to catch any potential concerns. Proactive, right? How you learn from setbacks? With integrity.
Yep.
I just gave you guys a story. I had my major setback at the beginning. Like that was a major setback. You have two options, right? How do you learn from your setbacks? It is during the so integrity is not challenged when things are going good. Your integrity is challenged. Well, actually, it is challenged, but your integrity is put to the challenge mainly when things aren't going well. When there is a challenge. So in the midst of a challenge, how do you keep your integrity?
By knowing who you are and staying true to yourself.
Absolutely. There you go.
Absolutely. You have to know thyself. You have to know thyself. And how do you know thyself? There are two words. Number one is self-awareness. Conscious knowledge of one's own character, motives, feelings, desires, and purpose. Once you know that, you know thyself. Now, is knowing enough?
Oh, no.
Absolutely not. Now you need the second part, which is self-regulation, right? The ability to understand and manage your behavior and reactions to feelings and things happening around you without external interference, which then lies to managing, controlling, and integrity.
Yeah, you're talking. You're talking.
So self-awareness, self-regulation is a key are two key components that has to do with your integrity. Because no matter what's happening in the outside world, as long as you are able to regulate oneself and manage your emotions, manage what your feelings, manage all these things happening, you're going to keep your integrity intact. Whether you're winning, losing, or it doesn't matter, as long as you keep your integrity intact, your business is going to stay intact and you're going to keep thriving for the future.
Absolutely. 100%.
Challenges are going to happen. Setbacks are going to happen. It's how you respond. It's the way you take it on head on with it, right?
Absolutely.
Integrity. Stand on business. Your
That's
business,
it, man.
your business is your livelihood. Don't mess it up for a quick $2 mistake. Essentially what happens, right? It's a quick $2 mistake or a quick $2 decision because you wanted to make it quick. I like to say 97% of people are in prison because of emotional decisions. So don't make an emotional decision because lack of integrity is an emotional decision.
Yeah, I agree. You know, Wazir, I have this. One of my favorite quotes, Wazir, that goes along with that, and I've said this time and time again, is the absence of love and hate creates a clear path to understanding. So that goes not making emotional decisions. Take those emotions out, and the path will open up to what you need to do. So that's just to piggyback on what Wazir said.
Oh, I love it. So I love it. I love it, Mish. As we embark on closing more deals, right? The one thing I want to give you guys, right? As we embark on closing more deals, on the path of closing deals, let us do it with commitment to integrity, right? Commitment to integrity that transform you as individuals to doing the right thing. Spike Lee, do the right thing. Honesty, transparency, steadfast dedication to doing it right. And that's my time.
Man, thank you, Wazir. I appreciate that, man.
Good job, brother.
Any questions for Wazir? If you have them now, you can drop them in the chat. You know, we can get to those. Raise your hand. I just wanted to speak another thing, you know, that I'm dealing with, you know, as far as having integrity. Speaking on integrity, it's not just, you know, when your back's against the wall, what you're doing, looking. I mean, when nobody's looking, are you still gonna get up in the morning? Are you gonna have that discipline to get up, to keep that routine, to do what you need to do, to have the integrity, you know, to get up and go to the library, to do your research that you need to do. Those things that involve there's integrity as well. To keep going where you're needing to go when nobody's pushing you there. to walk by yourself. I'm struggling getting my butt up in the gym when nobody's calling me, saying, hey, get up in the gym. To make sure that everything is still, in alignment with what I need, to have the integrity to keep everything in alignment, to keep everything strong, to keep everything woven together. So that's part of integrity for me that I know that I'm still working on and dealing with as we speak. So, man, thank you again, Wazir, for those words, man. Again, guys, man, he has a wealth of knowledge, so feel free to anytime, drop some chats. I'm going to just make his time available like it is, but we can send it to him if you got questions. And, I'm sure he'll be more than happy that he's dropping his info in there for us. So, please utilize, like Donna was saying, man, this community, utilize what's in this community that you have that's accessible to you, because you don't have all of that. Like she said, she's gotten to ride along 4 days with some top tier adjusters, and she's getting that information right there, before she even steps foot out there. This is her first time stepping foot on a roof. She got to do that with some A1 adjusters who will be able to help her out and teach her and provide her that way. And then when she gets out on assignment, this community is still there for her to help her with the simple things, line items, whatever. We're here. So that's what we want you guys to know.
Can you imagine having that in the beginning?
In South Carolina, we would have had that, y'all.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, if we'd have had that, we'd have been on and popping, but you guys have it. The ones that are joining us right now, you guys have it. And so there's no reason, for you guys not to be killers next year. When it's storm on your first deployment, get everything. We'll tell you how to set it up, how to run it, how to stay on top of it. When you get frustrated, give us a call. This is the community that's there for you. You need to learn how to do some stuff with your money. We got Coach Ryan. You need to do some stuff. We got all kind of people that can help you out. You ready to invest? We got that. So guys that are here with us, man, we do appreciate you for being here with us. We ask that if you got anybody that that can use this, man, bring them on in. Have them fill out the information. Bring them there with you next week. We got plenty. We got enough to share. So we'd love to see that and bring them on in. And I know normally at this time, we have a great, super great financial tip plan with Coach Ryan. But this week we're going to go a little different way. We're going to have another tip coming from Miss Candace Johnson, our very own Candace. So she's going to be providing a tip with deployment, I believe. But Miss Johnson, Candace, K-Joy, yes. Jump on, man.
And this is management, so pay attention.
Thanks for that setup, y'all. All right, y'all. So I'm just gonna thank you. So I'm just gonna kind of extend on what Wazir was talking about and the topic that came up this week. So integrity and standing on your business. Oddly enough, I'm in the middle of reading this book by Bishop T.D. Jakes called Disruptive Thinking. And while I was reading this morning, because I like to read on Sunday mornings for a little bit to clear my head, quite a bit of what he's talking about was success is much deeper than a feeling. And so as we were hearing Wazir talk about that, and as this topic came up in the group, it's continued to swindle around my mind, because when you think about integrity and when you stand on your business and how you become successful in a business, it's not going to happen overnight. So you just heard Ms. Donna Maxwell share. She's got all these years, right? In the business industry and corporate, she's looking at changing career paths. She's choosing to take things into her own hands, right? Find the resources, find community to link up with. Success is not easy. It's not always overnight, but standing on integrity in your word will make a difference when you start to make those shifts. So whether it's something you're passionate about that you're changing to, whether it's you're starting to build your independent adjusting business, I can tell you that from a director standpoint, knowing that someone has integrity, right? I'm not always thinking about whether Janae is building, how great her IA business is going, right? What I want to know is that when I have a customer come and complain, do I know Janae well enough to stand on that word? So if she tells me, Candace, no, I didn't have that disagreement, or no, I didn't say the wrong thing, or if she can honestly tell me she did, we can work through that. But it makes a huge difference when you're thinking about leadership, working with people, and whether people stand on integrity. And when you think about how that goes further into y'all building the business, right? If you have a business you're building and you're thinking about standing it up, well, not thinking about, because y'all are already in the process, right? Your word and integrity and foundation, like Wazir said, is everything. So when you decide to speak on something, when you decide to talk about your work ethic, which for me goes one step further, as a leader, I'm always worried about building a culture within my team, right? So as my teams get to know me, as my leaders get to know me, they understand that my integrity is my word. What I tell you, what I build the foundation on with these teams is understanding success is more than a deeper feeling for me. It's not going to happen overnight, right? I've had multiple teams that I've had to build, and we've taken out of the trenches and built workshops, things that were needed, people that weren't trained. But when you think about that, the reason why a lot of people stay in it is because of the grit and that integrity piece, right? You have to have a strong work ethic to make it in this industry, especially in my opinion, coming out as an independent, there's not always a community like this. So for me, when we think about how that ties into this community alone on integrity and standing on your business, it's only one way to go. We got a Sunday free call offered to people. This is not what I was headed towards initially. Got a few other things outlined in this book, but I'm just going to go that route. So when I think about that integrity piece and standing on your business, I think about the leaders of this business and the reason why I've chosen to join the leadership. Well, gladly was asked, but gladly to stay on board with this leadership team, because when Wazir talked about integrity and how it leads to transparency, right? When he talked about taking those hard conversations on from the beginning, that's everything we do in this business, y'all. Customer service isn't easy. When we have those hard conversations and people we're dealing with that you don't always, they're mad, but you really did nothing wrong, and you're having to de-escalate the situation. When we're building a company like this and we're all getting to know each other as a leadership team, there's tough conversations. Sometimes there's things that are said as we're getting to know each other's work ethic. But I have to trust that when Major says something, because I know him and I'm getting to know him, I trust his integrity, right? I have to trust the team that Dr. Brock has put together to know that when he's standing on his business, when he calls me in the morning about me being accountable, I need to make sure he's learning to build that trust with me. And the same thing, vice versa. It's the same thing as you all are building your individual businesses out. As you get to come on with these rosters and these firms, the best way to be called back is building that work ethic, that foundation, and understanding success isn't always going to be a great feeling, right? There's going to be some times that there's going to be some rough days. There's going to be some tough conversations sometimes with feedback, constructive criticism that comes back from your leadership or even from your peers. To me, one of the best things I can say about having friends back to when I was 11 years old is we can say anything to each other. It doesn't matter if it's great. It may be something that's gonna hurt your feelings, but one thing I know is it comes from a good place. So when you think about talking from integrity and standing on your business, think about who you are at the core. And then we're gonna have some people on here that are gonna say, you know what? I don't know that life. I don't know people like that. I don't know how to get there, right? But this community is all about that. The whole point of it being 360 is because we want to build holistic adjusters. So you talk about integrity and standing on your business, you've joined a team. That's our number. And that's not even what came up with this call, but that is what we do. That's what we're focused on holistically. So if that's not something you're used to seeing, because some people are gonna say, I don't have a community like that. I don't know people that are always about their word. I don't know people that are focused on building a foundation and building an honest business, but that's what you've tapped into. I'm going to say as divine intervention. I'm a faith believer. Clearly, I just talked about reading a book from Bishop T.D. Jakes, but I'm not here to push that to you. What I am here to tell you that is, if you don't have that integrity piece, you can get there. So don't lose hope in that. Don't lose hope in the moment that you question that integrity piece, because things are going to happen where you say, man, it's so much easier for me not to have to tell Dr. Brock, I didn't do what the hell I was supposed to do. And he's calling me, asking me, is it done? If Toby's asking where my deadline is, I'd like to avoid the call, right? Well, this hasn't happened, I'm just saying. But I'd much rather, for me, I'm gonna take the heat. You can ask Dr. Brock. I've had this conversation with him. Let's not have conversations that don't get down to what we need to really talk about. I love warm conversations, right? Very warm and fuzzy, but I wanna know what I'm not getting right. And I want you to be able to tell me that, because I respect you as my leader. And when I stand on my business, while I'm building my leadership piece within this company, while I'm building other companies for myself, if I can't speak on that and I can't gain other leaders that trust that in my word, that foundation, I'm building on crack foundation. And for any of y'all, if you're in this industry, you don't want to build a house on a crack foundation. You waiting for a lot of problems. So when we talk about this, we talk about it from the heart, and we know it's not easy, and everybody doesn't have that support, but you are tapped into it now. And if you know other people that need that support, because integrity isn't easy. Every day you're gonna battle with something, right? And if it ain't every day, somebody on here, oh, it ain't every day for me. You're right. Your life, hey, may be a lot easier than mine. I got a lot of challenges. The teams I build come with a lot of challenges, right? What we're building in this business, there's going to be some challenge days. There's going to be some days that you're like, you know what, I've been through a lot of shit this week, and I really don't know if I want to have to, you know, when we're calling y'all checking in, if you want to own up to what you haven't done that we've asked you to do, why you haven't gotten started on licensing studying, why you're not on the roster, tell the truth. Just own up to it. We all share the things we battle with in this group. So I just want to encourage you, when you think about that integrity piece, and it's easy to go the other way, and we'll make that mistake. Don't get me wrong. I've made the mistake. There are times, I'm not gonna lie. I think one day Toby asked me a question. I must have answered in the most dumbest fashion. I thought about it later and I was like, why the hell did I say that answer? I was so off base, but I was just caught up in a million other things. So, but I can own up to that, right? And that's where integrity comes in. I can call Travis back and say, you know what? I answered, I was a little hasty. You know what I'm saying? I probably had a little attitude because I have 5 million things going on. It's not an excuse, but that's what it is. But that also helps him know who I am at the end of the day. So don't run from that, but recognize where they talk about the self-awareness piece. If you're not healed, if you've got trauma, all of us have trauma. So please don't say, you know, I ain't got no trauma. It probably hasn't surfaced. Whatever you're dealing with, let us help you build this business and be able to stand about your word and be about yours. I'm gonna say be about yours. Standing on integrity is something you can always turn around, but we are here to help you through that step, but you have to choose to take the step and be self-aware, which isn't easy in any fashion. So I don't wanna make it sound like that. I know I'm about to cut time. I'm running over time here. I was just dropping a snippet. I'll be talking more next week. I honestly would love to talk more about the topic, but we'll see. So I hope y'all have a great night. Think about that the next time the moments come up where you're in between the rock and the hard place. Who do you want to be known for? Somebody that they can count on and trust your word. Note that if you make a mistake, you will own up to it. That is one thing my bosses have been able to say. You know what? You had the heat on you, but you know what? You owned up to the fact you made the wrong decision. That goes way further than some of these other things in business. And it is your business. In this industry, you're building a business for yourself, right? Let this community help you build a solid foundation. So when you're talking about standing on your word, your integrity, and your business, you know you started off solid. But be willing to get in the trenches. We'll get in there with you. You got our word.
That's what I'm talking about. That's good stuff, Candace. Yeah, all of that. Now, man, look, y'all just got a snippet of what she is going to be bringing next week, because she is going to be the guest speaker next week for Laboratory of Redemption week 20. So she's going to be the speaker. So if you like that, she's got some more in the bag for you guys coming next week. So make sure you come on back next week. Again, man, we want to invite you guys when things get back to pumping. I know y'all getting prepped and ready for the next deployment. We want y'all to get into this 100K club a month. That's my goal. As soon as I get back out of deployment, I'm hitting that 100K my first month. I'm knocking it out. And so I know Janae, she's going to try to hang with me, but I'm going to blow out the water. I'm blowing out the water first month. Go ahead to give me second month, something like that. But I'm telling you, I want to invite you guys, man, 100K for the month. That is our goal. And I know it seems a little lofty, but it's attainable. We know people. We know somebody who's done it time and time and even has eclipsed it multiple times in 1 month or whatever. But that's our goal. We want your guys to get on that level. And again, it's not about the number. This is about setting the goal and blowing past it, knowing that you can do that. You know, it's empowering. So we do a lot of things that are for adjusting and everything, but like we just mentioned earlier with Donna, you know, she seeing how strong she was, how bold and how courageous she was. And that's something that's going to take her through life, not just adjusting. So we got a lot of life lessons, man, that we're going to be here for you for. Again, next week, week 20. Come on back to week 20. Again, Candace is going to be speaker. We'll be back on next week with the financial tip of the week. Guys, you got anything you guys want to say before we get out of here?
Good stuff.
I just wanted to say the more substance you pour into the foundation, the stronger it gets. And as you can tell by how the meeting went today, that the foundation is getting stronger and stronger. And it creates that high level of integrity that is going to be expected by this 360.
Man.
This got to be one of the best meetings we done had in a while.
Hey man, look, man.
Hell yeah.
Hey man, so y'all get back. I know y'all need this one. Y'all need to replay, look again. You know, so again, like they said, man, it's just gonna be getting better and better from week. Just keep moving forward, man. So bring somebody, bring some people. I ain't just trying to inflate. I don't care about the numbers, but I just know this is some good information that if you love and like somebody, that they would benefit on. I don't care if they're not thinking about being an adjuster. They're just in life. Bring them on in, man, and we love to have them here. We do appreciate you guys coming out, man, and taking your time to be out with us this Sunday. You know, we know you could have been doing a lot of other stuff, so we appreciate you again, man. So there isn't anything else, guys.
I've got something, Demetrio. Hey guys. Hey, before y'all get out of here, I dropped some links in the chat. These are down payment assistance voucher links for purchasing a home in multiple states. Right now is time of the essence when it comes to purchasing a home. It's a slow season for home buying, so you're going to find extremely good deals, and interest rates should be coming down within the first half of 2024. Do not let this time pass you by. These down payment assistance vouchers can be stacked, meaning that you can get multiple vouchers for down payments, making your mortgage lower and allowing you to qualify for a conventional loan instead of a FHA loan, which means that you won't be paying a private mortgage insurance, right? So that makes your mortgage way cheaper. Most people are not buying homes right now. Rates are at an all-time low for home ownership rates. And what that means is that the ability to purchase a home is harder than it's ever been, but these down payment assistance vouchers will alleviate all of that. So if you haven't purchased a home or you're thinking about doing something different with a home, check out these links. Ask me any questions that you may have about stacking them, and I'll help you, raise anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 on putting a down payment on a home. You do not have to use your own money.
Coach.
Good Lord.
Any of those for AZ?
Give me a second. I'll drop it in the chat.
Okay, appreciate you.
We got a fresh haircut. I see around the fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we going into a new week, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Man.
You know.
What's going on, Eldon? Got Trump popping down there. Oh, Miss BJ.
Hello, my girl. BJ, I see BJ.
You just trying to chat because Dallas won. That's all.
Because Dallas won. Oh, come on now. You know I gotta holler about what I see. Oh, here, man. But Dallas did do that thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We did do our thing. We look good, man. Man, that's awesome. Well, we got 2 tips in for the week this week, baby.
All right, Ron, there you go. It's in the chat. Crazy.
All right.
Appreciate you, Coach.
No problem.
So that's it, man. All right, everybody.
Have a great Sunday.
Guys. Have a great Sunday. We'll see you guys next Sunday for week 20. Candace is going to be dropping some more fire. Hot fire. Like Dylon, hot fire.
Come on, Candace.
Making the band.
Yeah. So, man, come back, man, please. Y'all have a good one. Go Cowboys.
Bye, y'all.
That's right. All right.
All right, man. Peace out, everybody.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right, guys.
Bye, y'all.